No matter how high-tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
Not going live really threw me off there for a second. I was like, wait, what? It's just going. I don't have to put in a title or anything. I was like, oh, crap. I got to play the intro now. It's this whole thing's really throwing me off, Mikey. Happy Friday.
But it's Wednesday, so we
No,
won't
it's
lie
Friday.
to everybody.
It's Friday. It's definitely Friday.
Right?
Oh, Jesus. So we're joined tonight with Miss Nina Rogers. Nina, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just happy to be here, ready to talk hunting with like-minded people.
Right on.
Cool.
Mikey's all fired up.
I am stoked. I don't know. I could sit here and talk about hunting and fishing forever and be happy doing it.
I know. We don't even have enough time for this episode. I mean, I could talk about everything. I'll listen to your stories, tell my stories, like we're sitting around a campfire at camp.
Hey,
that's
you're
like
at the lodge,
that's
right?
my favorite part of doing these podcasts is just like sharing the stories and getting other people's takes on different, experiences that they've been on and like looking through some of your stuff. You do all kinds of stuff. I mostly focus on like the waterfowl hunting, but there's hogs and bows and all kinds of craziness going on.
Turkeys.
A lot of turkeys.
That's my bread and butter. I love turkeys. But honestly, if it's in season and I have the means to do it, I'm hunting it or fishing it. Or both fishing.
Yeah. Not that anybody's counting down until season opens.
Everybody is counting down. So, first, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. We can't thank you enough for being here. And now, you ran into my wife at NWTF, and she thought the world of you. So, I'm getting a better feeling about our future with the two young ones that we have on this podcast today. So thank you. You are an excellent, young model for young women and outdoors. And I can't thank you enough for the way you present yourself and how you do things. So that's my spiel real quick. So I really appreciate you. But you were at NWTF because you are this crazy turkey hunter. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to hunt, honestly. I just love the chase. I love the communication. I love that when they get close and spit and drum and they gobble and send the sound through your soul. It just gets me riled up.
Yep. Now you have a tattoo, right? You have this
I have a turkey feather tattoo on my arm, and then I have some turkey tracks tattoo on my ankle.
Oh, good Lord. That's bad. That's badass. So you're all in.
Hunter girl.
Yeah, you're all in.
Yes, I'm ate up.
All right. How on earth did you get into turkey hunting?
Okay, so I didn't get to start turkey hunting until 2018, but what really got me into turkey hunting was when I was a little girl. I lived in New Jersey till I was about 8 years old, so it's probably, like age 4 to 6, and my daddy went turkey hunting on my birthday, April 25th. And so I was upset. I was like, Dad, don't leave me. It's my birthday. And he's just like, don't worry. I'm going to go. I'm going to get you a birthday bird. What did he do? He went out to the woods and he got me one of his biggest birds of his life, his birthday bird. Got a full body mount of it. Like, I got to watch him clean it and everything. I was so intrigued. So he got a full body mount of this bird and always called it Nina's birthday bird. So I was intrigued. Then he got me a little pop call and taught me how to call and yelp and purr and all of that, and taught me what kind of cadences to use. So like I was driving mom insane in the house, hammered on that call. And I did that growing up, and I've never turkey hunted with my daddy yet because I have 4 siblings. So like he's got to pay attention to all of us. He taught me guns and proper gun handling and safety and rifle deer hunting. Everything else that I've ever done, besides the very basics of fishing and baiting my hook and casting, I taught myself. With contacting my dad over the phone and asking him questions or texting him, I went on my own. So 2018, I started turkey hunting. First time I go out there, I call in a freaking bird. It was insane. I was like, what? This worked? I was like, what's happening? I was like, my daddy's not here to help me. And I actually took another person with me, and we both had guns, but I was calling on my pot call. And at this moment, like, I did not want to mess up the hunt. And the bird was right in front of me, came out of nowhere. So I honestly let the other person kill the bird because I wasn't going to move to put my pot call down, pick up my gun, and try to shoot it. So, like, for a while, like a whole year before I got my first bird, I called in birds for other people.
You are a, whoa, hold on, wait. Hold on. So you let other people shoot your birds that you're calling in?
I did.
Dude, that's the best kind of friend to go turkey hunting with. If you ever want to go turkey hunting, just give me a call. I'm down. I'll be there.
I would love to. I mean, honestly, with turkeys, like, I don't care what happens as long as I get to be part of the experience and I get to see the bird drop. Like, I'm so thankful and happy. Give me some turkey nuggets and we'll call it a day.
I'm with you on that, 100%. I've shot a lot of turkeys in my life, and I'm obviously older. I enjoy calling birds in for people, and me and Benny got an opportunity for my birthday this year, which is the 28th of April. Yeah. Taurus kids, right?
Yes, sir.
So Benny and I went out and we hunted some public land in a national forest, and we never scouted it and have the first clue. And I had the absolute best time in my life. For one day, we went out and it's the only turkey hunting I got to do this year. So we had a blast. So I like the whole calling thing. But if you ever want to go turkey hunting with me and you want to call, that's fine. I'm joking.
I so will. I honestly, I don't care. I love it. If you come in, we'll double up, whatever. You can take the first shot. I don't care.
Look at you.
I love it.
Benny's not like that.
What are you talking about?
I took a couple of girls in, I think, 2020 or 2021 to get their first ever bird. One was their first ever bird. The other one was their first ever Tennessee bird, second bird of her life. But they came into town, and I hadn't shot a bird yet even, and I prioritized their bird first and then my bird. And both days we doubled up. Like at 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, and on one of the hunts, and then 2 and 3 hours in an evening.
God. So.
And one of the hunts was freaking crazy because the girl that never killed a turkey a day in her life, like she's going out with this 410. It's a TriStar Viper G2. I have the 20 gauge version of it, and she's sitting there, and we have this bird in front of us, and she's like shaking like a dog shit in pieces. I kid you not. And I'm like sitting there. We were crawling, and all of a sudden the bird comes out of nowhere in this field, and we're in between a cattle gate, and so we got nothing for her to lean on. So I'm like over there Titanic holding her so she could lean back on me and use my shoulder as a backstop. Well, she was shaking. She's like, I can't stop shaking. And I was just like, just breathe. It's okay. Like, I was like, don't shoot him while he's facing you or facing away. You don't want to mess up that fan. Because that dude did not come out of full strut at all.
Oof.
And so he turned sideways. And I was just like, make sure you don't shoot any of the hens. He's like, all henned up. And I was just like, whenever you're ready. We had a burst red dot optic on both of our shotguns. And I was just like, whenever you're ready, put the dot on the head and pull the trigger. I'm like, calming her down. She stopped shaking, just coaching her through it. She goes to shoot, and I see her flinch. Gun didn't go off, and I was like, what in tarnation?
Oh my god.
And she goes,
Oh.
it didn't shoot. Now she's freaking out. What had happened was...
What had happened was...
she didn't chamber the round all the way forward. So instead of her trying to figure it out and me, like, figure out her gun for her while there's a bird in front of me,
Jesus.
I told her, I was just like, just take my gun. And so she's got her 410 in her right hand. Then she tries to grab my 20 gauge. I'm on her left side with her left hand. And I'm like, put your goddamn gun on the ground. And I was like, lean back. So both of us were leaning back so I could slide my gun over, like, straight from my shoulder to her shoulder with the least amount of movement. Because this is a lot of movement going on.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bird in front of us.
I'd have done run off that turkey.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so she finally gets it. I calmed her down again. I told her, take the safety off, put the dot on the head, squeeze the trigger, let it surprise you. You got this. Boom! She freaking smokes her first ever bird, and I immediately take off and jump the fence. There was a gate that was open. I could have gone around, but I just somehow leap straight towards the bird and put my foot on the head. Her bird was a melanistic gene bird. It had
Wow.
2 black feathers on each wing, completely black. Beautiful bird.
Oh.
And here I am, like, over here, like, man, I'm really glad you got this bird, but I'm kicking myself that I didn't just shoot it with my gun while you're having it. Well, it ended up working out, because 2 hours later, we went and I killed the biggest bird of my life with 11.5-inch spurs, beard and an 1.5-inch spurs.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
It was a great day. We doubled up. There's a YouTube video of my biggest bird.
Really?
Yeah, I had to gobble out all the cuss words. I kind of I was just like, so we had myself, this girl, our buddy, because we went to hunt our buddy's property and he was going to film it, but he forgot to hit record on the camera. And then he's got his other buddy.
You see Benny, right?
Who would do that? That's crazy.
He wanted to come on the hunt. He was just like, yeah, I'll just call. And so he's sitting outside. We sat in a little box blind. We had so many dang people. And so he's out there calling. He sees the bird before us, and he's like, it's right there. It's right there. This bird hasn't cleared the corner of the dang box blind. And I'm just like, shut up, shut up. And then I was going to let the bird come into the decoy so we can get a nice video. Like, he was on a string straight to this decoy, like, all pissed off. He had 2 jakes behind him. He was ready to go. And he wouldn't shut up. So I had to, like, take my gun from in front of me, point it at the decoy, waiting for this bird to, like, put on a show for us, and swing to the side and just pop him before he got spooked and went away, because he's doing that thing where he, like, sticks his neck up and starts looking at you before he starts going, you know? So, like, I had to smoke him. And then I get out, and I was just like, I couldn't let him come in any further because he wouldn't shut the up.
All right, so Benny, you heard that, right? You heard that?
No.
There's no call in that woman's mouth right there.
Yeah.
All right, just say it. Just say it.
Yeah, I got a little bit of...
Bro, that's not even fair. That's not even fair.
So I learned how to turkey hunt from Mr. Salter, Eddie Salter.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's just a doll.
He is. And when I was 8 years old, I got to hunt with him, and he showed me how to turkey hunt. I grew up in the same area he was at. So just an amazing human. And he was the first one I ever saw that could call without a call. And then I saw you and Bo go at it. and that was at NWTF, and that was impressive. I was impressed.
Okay, so just Bo Brooks, before I ever met him, I watched some of his videos on how to do a gobble on a diaphragm call. So I learned how to do that from him first on a call, and then I took what I learned from him, and then I did it with my natural voice. And then I went and called. He had a call his Bo Brooks power calls in his mouth, and I had nothing, and we were just doing our calling together. And that man said that I could call.
He
and that
did.
was honestly the best thing in the world. Honestly, I was like, bro, you taught me stuff, and that was awesome.
I gotta admit,
I girl about a lot, but Bo Brooks with his calling.
that dude's a beast.
He and his wife are such a power couple. Like, that is goals right there.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, they're great people.
So there, that's, we were there, my wife watched that, and she looks at me and she goes, how come you can't do that? I said, because I'm old. I said, they make tools for that. So
I'm not, you can tell I don't have any friends because I sit there and repeat animal noises. Like, I can do an elk mute. I'm good for about 3 bugles. I can probably do coyote calls.
That's impressive.
I can do a crane.
So let's you mentioned crane there.
Yeah.
Now I understand that you are a waterfowl hunter too, not just a turkey hunter. So, what on earth got you into waterfowl hunting? I mean, you're into turkeys. How on earth did you get into waterfowl?
Okay, listen here. I have one bucket list item with sub-items on the bucket.
Oh, Lord.
So my bucket list item, and I think it's a really good one because I may or may not obtain it by the time that I pass, but I want to harvest at least one of every legally huntable animal. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if I like to do it or not to do it, but if it's legally huntable, I want to at least try it. I'll even go blow dart some iguanas. I don't care. But
Now that's fun.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Danny, did you hit something?
No, she disconnected. She's back.
There you go.
I was like, I don't know what happened. Okay, so yeah, I want to go hunt one of every and harvest.
Oh, Jesus. Now Mikey's gone.
What in tarnation?
What is happening?
I don't know.
Mikey's back. Yay.
Hey, I don't know what happened. Benny, you're next.
Oh, Jesus. No, that would be not good.
Yes, so anytime I get an opportunity to go hunt any animal, whether I've done it or not before, I always say yes. I always want to go. I've always wanted a duck hunt, but I've never known anything about it. And I had some friends that would go up to Arkansas all the time. So my first duck hunts were in Arkansas. I'm spoiled. When I tell you, Northeast Arkansas, that's where I first started duck hunting. And then I went to North Dakota. And then I got an opportunity to go to Washington State on a crazy sea duck hunt, and I got a harlequin the last year that they had.
Oh, there you
Some
go.
freaking stud harlequins, too.
Yep.
No, my gosh.
I had to go to Alaska to get my harlequin.
That's what got me into it. Yeah, exactly. Everybody has to do that. Go to Alaska or Canada to do it. But I got to do it. I got to do it at Washington State at Columbia Coast Outfitters. And honestly, the way that I get into all these different types of hunting is, being myself, talking to people in the outdoor industry. Some people like hanging out with me, actually.
You do have friends.
I do. I got a couple now. But they just invite me, and I'm like, I'm in the military, and with being military, I save up all of my leave just to go hunt or fish.
That's Benny.
Any
That's me.
opportunity I'm given, there I am.
Going home for Christmas this year? Nope. 2 weeks to go to Canada to duck hunt? Yep. I'm in.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Honestly, I don't know what holidays I go home for. I went and killed a deer for Christmas last year and cranes for Thanksgiving last year.
That sounds perfect.
Jesus.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
It
no.
was great.
Yeah, I don't look. My wife has one deal for me, and that's that she goes, "You're home for Thanksgiving." Outside of that, she doesn't care. So, I'm home for Thanksgiving. It might be the
my
day
whole
of.
family's like all over. Yeah, right? My Thanksgiving, you go hunt in the morning, and then you go eat and do your stuff in the evening.
Yep.
And hopefully you're not late.
Yeah, you don't show up late for my wife's house. My wife's Thanksgiving dinner. You won't eat.
Yeah, exactly. I understand that. But my family's all spread out over the U.S. My sister's also in the Air Force. She's a first lieutenant, and she's stationed in New Mexico as well, but 3.5 hours away from me. So it's kind of nice to have some family out in this part of the world.
That's kind of cool.
But it's hard to. She's got her whole husband ordeal, and then I have an older brother that's married. So everybody's just everywhere all the time. So it's just like, I see my dad for hunting. I see my mom for like travel. She's a travel agent. And other than that, I don't really go home.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You're young.
It gets like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
So.
Sometimes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, going to NWTF, I get to see my family every year just because Nashville's 3 hours from Knoxville. So, they'll make the trip up and we'll all hang out. So, we always make time for each other. They just might not be on the holidays.
Knoxville. Ooh.
I'm from a small town just southeast of Knoxville. Got 5 stoplights.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've been to Alabama, so you understand. We have an entire week to hate that school that exists in Knoxville. So,
The boss.
yeah. Oh, no. Roll Tide. Oh, no. You don't know.
Yeah, roll Tide off a cliff.
Yeah, well,
Ooh.
hey, hey, how many national championships y'all got?
You know what? Mama says that Alabama fans say roll Tide because they can't spell go elephant.
All right, that was good. I like that.
That's a good one. I like
I
that.
like that. But anyway, we'll
Man,
we'll
I
move
hate
on.
those. I hate those little arguments being from Missouri because I can't say shit about the SEC.
You really can't.
Like, yeah, go
Down in your
Tigers for the
corner.
worst team ever in the SEC. It's fine though. Whatever.
Well, hey, y'all making some. Well, y'all did okay for like the first 2 years,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
Then we started playing the actual SEC teams.
Yeah, you did. It kind of
Can't
sucks.
compete with the SEC.
No, you can't.
We can compete with the JUCO colleges sometimes, and then we
Not
play.
from the
You
SEC.
compete
And then we
high
play an
school.
actual SEC team, and Mizzou's like, I forgot how to play football.
Mm-hmm. So, what is your big plans this year for hunting? What do you got? What are you looking forward to? What's your big ticket item? Well, hold on. Let me stop. Last year, you checked off one of the big items that our boy Benny here wants to do. And you did it in one season as an amazing person that you are. And what was that you managed to tick off there as a turkey hunter?
I completed a single season Grand Slam.
Did you hear that, Benny?
See, and she's in the
Started
military
in,
too, so I could do it. There's hope.
Bro, I'm a weekend warrior all the way.
I love it.
Those 4-day holidays are really it for me.
True that.
That's awesome.
I get like 2 days to hunt. I get like a day and a half to hunt because I gotta fly back. I don't take leave most of the time, but when I do, I make it count. But I started in Alabama.
Where?
Then I went down to, I'm not telling.
Oh,
Smart.
she's one of those.
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia. That's how we do that.
You know that place with the woods?
Yep.
Turkey Woods, Alabama? Okay, that's where I was.
Uh-huh.
And then got my Eastern there. Then I went down to Florida and I got an Osceola in literally
you
like a
started-
day and a half.
Hold on. You started on an Eastern, not on an Osceola.
Normally I would go start in Florida with the
Yeah.
Osceolas. But no, I started with an Eastern this year. Just trying to
Damn.
make sure my schedules and my friends' schedules worked. So yeah, right off the roost, smoked one in the Turkey Woods, Alabama. And then it
Wow.
piss poured rain like immediately after that. But I got the bird to the barn before it started doing that.
Jesus.
Then I went down to Florida and I got my Osceola. And then I spent, and this is the longest I ever spent turkey hunting without getting a bird, but 6 days. And by 6 days, I mean like 3 weekends. Turkey hunting. Turkey hunting New Mexico for Miriam. And like, oh God, I can understand why the Western hunters don't like turkey hunting. Because they don't like your calling.
Mm-mm.
You just got to get in front of those suckers.
You do.
And, oh my gosh. We would be on one ridge, and we'd hear like these birds fired up on the next ridge. We'd get to the bottom of the ridge, and it was just like a force field went boom, and it told all the turkeys to shut up.
Yep.
And then they'd gobble on the ridge that we were on. And so it was just a game of cat and mouse. But I finally made it happen on a New Mexico beautiful Miriam. And I was just like, I don't ever need to kill another bird in New Mexico again.
There you go.
That was a lot.
That's a lot of work.
The people here in New Mexico, they're elk hunters.
They are.
They're big game hunters. So and they're road hunters. There's so many road hunters in New Mexico.
Really?
Golly, I hear so many stories about people shooting mule deer off the road, elk off the road, turkeys from the road, and the opening weekend of turkey season. So it wasn't opening morning, but it was that Sunday. God, we had a bird fired up right off the roost. We got as close as we possibly could to the roost. Like he was going to pitch down right to us. It was perfect. And this truck, like we're sitting there in the dark. It starts to get light, you know. The bird's still gobbling, thinking about wanting to fly down, checking out the area, and this freaking truck comes beep bopping through the woods and parks underneath the freaking roosting tree.
Oh my God.
Comes out and starts pawing like a dying cat, like meow 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 meow. I was like, and then the bird flew the opposite direction, never to be seen again. And
Yeah.
I was
Oh, I'd have been pissed.
And then they just drove off because they never even knew the bird was there.
Oh,
Ignorance is bliss, I guess.
it's
But
something.
anyway,
Oh.
let me get over my qualms of New Mexico turkey hunting. And then the last weekend of Kansas's season, I got my Rio. It was the last day, like I was supposed to fly out, and I got one in the morning, finally, after getting juked by some turkeys for the first couple of days.
Yeah, those Kansas Rios are some smart birds.
Oh
Not as
my
smart as the
gosh,
Merriams,
are they
but they're smart.
No, gosh, these New Mexico mountain birds are built different.
Yeah. Now, it was
Golly.
easier for you to get that Merriam because, well, you're local, right? You're considered a in-state resident for your Merriam.
Yes, so
All right.
as soon as I stepped foot in the state of New Mexico in August of last year, because I'm military, I got residency. So I have dual residency with Tennessee and New Mexico. And because of that, I was able to put in for the draw for everything with resident prices. But with military, it's half off. So, like, if you put in for every single draw, in
Well, I
New
know how much
Mexico
it is.
as a resident, but as a resident, if you put in for every single draw, it's like $700. I put in for everything for $450. Everything.
Dang.
You want to know how much it
California,
is for everything as out of state?
No, no.
Yeah, I did that.
I put in for a couple of things as a non-resident, the year before I moved out here because I was going to be here that fall, and I didn't get anything draw-wise.
Yeah.
So I just dove hunted every day, and then went duck hunting here, and people here sky blast ducks that want to be in their hole and spook them out of the hole before they get there because they're not patient. So it's been interesting. There's a lot of doves though, so I'm not complaining too bad.
I'm jealous. I want to. I want to not be in Maryland anymore.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that go bowfish around there.
Oh.
I bowfish around here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love bowfishing.
I say we work with ramrod bowfishing down in Virginia on the Potomac River. So I do,
Oh, badass. I
do
mean,
a lot of that.
whoever created bowfishing is just a godsend. You're like, take hunting and fishing, and let's hunt fish.
It's so much fun. The only thing that's really stressful is like, so I don't have a captain's license, so I can't actually run the trips, but I'll work with the other guys as a deckhand. And the amount of people that try to shoot largemouth bass is unbelievable. Oh my God, it's so stressful when you're sitting there like,
Dude, I've aimed
whack!
I've aimed at one or two before, but I luckily never let one fly.
oh my God, the amount of
You
people
see
that
out
just
the corner of the eye
whack.
Because, yeah, well, okay, think about it though. People that don't bowfish, that don't really know the difference, yeah, it kind of sucks. But like, you see that flash of light, they just glow, and you like turn, and some people release immediately. But like, luckily, when I turned to this largemouth, he was freaking 10-pound bass. I was like, oh, that's a bass.
I say when you swing around and draw back and you see that huge lateral line, don't let go of that arrow. But the amount of people that just turn and whack, and you're like, oh, dude, what'd you shoot at? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, oh, God, please don't say that. That's not funny.
Yeah, that's
that's so bad. Got to do a point system. Every bass you shoot is -3 points.
No.
Yeah, Benny's kind of he's being modest there. He's a pretty good deckhand. He works with the Ramrod Outfitters and Ramrod Bowfishing, and those guys, I think up until 2 years ago, they had the record on their boat for the largest catfish ever shot with a bowfishing.
Yep.
And so Benny's trying real hard to be modest, but I'm not going to let him.
No,
That's pretty freaking cool.
I try to stay honest. I do my best.
And
but
I like shooting things that you can eat, like going to Louisiana and shooting redfish and sheepshead and catfish.
that'd be
Really nice.
sick. Bowfishing redfish would be
Dude.
nuts.
My first redfish I ever shot, I domed it. I made it a unicorn.
Yeah. So, me and Benny will be in, we'll be in Louisiana. When are we going to be in? When will
2
we be
weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
2 weeks.
something like that. Yeah, 2
Is it
weeks.
the
26.
last weekend of
The last weekend of August, or I guess the
Yeah.
first
August?
weekend of September, technically.
Yeah, it's opening
Okay,
day
I'll be
for
there the
alligator.
last weekend I'll be there hunting alligator the last weekend of September.
Oh,
Last week in September, we'll be heading to Canada.
yeah.
Thank God.
Canada.
I'm
Canada.
I'm so ready to duck hunt.
Do either of y'all watch Letterkenny?
All of it. All of Letterkenny. Shoresy is way better, but both are great.
Yes, I was streaming it like from a Canadian website in college before it was cool.
No, I'm going to have
That's
to rewatch.
dedication right there.
Mikey, I think you're going to have
I can
to.
quote the entire cold open.
Oh, my God.
There you go. Benny, what'd you say?
All of my one-liners and comebacks are in Letterkenny.
That's fair. That's the way it should be, actually. Have you ever watched it, Mikey?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I was going to say, because if you hadn't, you need to before we go to Canada. Because if you think I'm
old,
not
but I'm not
quoting
that
that.
Oh my gosh! Can
Dude.
you guys go drink some puppers for me?
You know,
So down.
If you got a problem with Canada Gooses, you got a problem with me. So I should just let that one marinate.
Oh, dude, Canada's gonna be such a shit show. I'm so ready. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, don't you know?
Don't you
They're
know?
not gonna let us in.
Oh, hey, bud.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Dude, I think I've already decided I'm going to get like one of those like plastic flat black like Batman masks. And that's what I'm wearing the entire time I'm up there
Oh
hunting.
God.
Dude, it's just going to be me running through the field after snow geese with a Batman mask on. The clients are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with that guy? Like, I don't know, dude. Don't ask him questions.
We're
Just-
filming
If
it.
y'all
We
go
just let him
next
do his
year,
thing.
I want in.
Do what?
You
If
Wait,
if
hold on.
y'all
What
go
was that?
next year, if y'all go next year, I want in.
Deal. I'll call the owner after the podcast.
I
Done.
bet you he could get you in this year.
Well, my freaking passport just expired.
Damn.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, that's why I said next year.
We so during COVID my passport expired. And I've talked about this before, but I was sweating bullets over trying to get it renewed. And I sent it in the same time Benny sent his in for a brand new passport. We got ours on the same day.
Dude, did I
So-
tell you what happened with mine?
No, what happened?
Because I moved. So I moved at like the end of June,
Ooh.
but my passport went to the old house.
Mm.
And so I had put in like the change of address with the post office, and it never
No.
processed. Like finally I went to the post office and was like, hey, like I haven't gotten any letters at the new apartment yet. Like, where's my mail at? And they're like, oh, we don't have any change of address. And I'm like, shit, where's
Oh,
my
no.
passport? And so finally I was just blowing up my old landlord. Like, dude, I need to come over and check the mail. I need to come over and check the mail. Just like texting him like 2 or 3 times a day about it. And then finally he sent me a text and was like, hey, I have your mail at my house. Come pick it up. And I was like, okay, cool. Went and got it. It had the stamped birth certificate in it.
Ooh.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And it had the passport book in it. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, holy shit, that was not good.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh, God, dude, I was so stressed out about it. It was making me so mad.
Honestly, though, like my passport was, I don't know. I think they got it done in like 4 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Nah.
Oh, because it's just a renewal. That was,
yeah, renewals were a lot
yeah,
faster.
no, this was the first time I've ever gotten a passport because,
So, if you pay the expedited processing fees,
no, it worked out fine.
Miss Nina Rogers could go to Canada this year. Just saying.
I might get on that real fast.
Yeah, well, we know a guy.
I say, let me know. That'd be a blast. Dude, I'm so excited for
We would
Canada.
have so much fun.
It's going to be chaos, and I'm
Oh,
so ready for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I am. I'm buying a case of the cheapest shells I can find, and I plan on not coming home with any shotgun shells.
36 hours in truck. with
What could possibly go wrong, Mikey?
you. It
What
all
could possibly go wrong?
wrong.
It's going to be a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did look up gas prices.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's
Nina,
see, that's where the not fun part comes in.
what would you think the gas prices are right now in Canada for diesel?
Oh God. Okay, let's think. Right here, they're like $4 in New Mexico.
Sure. I'm going to say it's more than that.
Is it double?
It's $6.26 a gallon. But they don't sell it by the gallon. They sell it by the liter. Yeah. $2.32 a liter.
So stupid. I fucking
What in
hate Canada.
tarnation?
Canada sucks.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wish they weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Wish
Right?
you weren't so fucking awkward, bud. Fucking start.
they're 10 fly, bud.
Oh, this went south real quick.
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? This is great.
All right, so we need to get back
It
on
went
topic. We
north,
talked about
actually.
passports. All right, so yeah, no, I've completely lost track of everything that's worthwhile talking about, and no, So let's talk about you're going gator hunting. When are you going gator hunting? You said end of September, right?
Yes, so I'm going gator hunting the end of September. You did ask me a question that we went on like 50 different tangents.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You asked me what hunts I had planned for this year. Okay.
Yep.
And I drew in New Mexico, I drew a mule deer tag, a pronghorn tag, and a javelina tag.
Damn.
Yeah, so I have mule deer. It's September 1st through 24th, the dates. I got a couple pretty big dove shoots that I'm doing. Pronghorn is that first weekend of October, the Columbus Day weekend, which is perfect because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't have to take leave. It's amazing.
Yep.
My javelina hunt is in February. Other than that, I'll probably find some things to fill the time. I have a helicopter hog hunt in February. I'll be going to the shows like SHOT Show and Dallas Safari Club this year with Watchtower Firearms and NWTF, of course, always. I don't miss that one. And then turkey season. And since I completed my single season slam last year, or this past season, I think I'm going to try to focus on my 49 right now with me being out west and try to hit all the states around me. Not all of them, but I already got Utah and Kansas. I need like Oklahoma, Texas, California, Arizona, stuff like that. But my sub-bucket list item is to go to the Black Hills in South Dakota and kill a turkey, and then go to Mount Rushmore and fan it out and take a picture in front of the heads. Because
that'd be
that's the
so
place that my
sick.
daddy wants to go visit so badly. And since he hasn't been able to get up there, he lives vicariously through me. So I would like to mix both of our passions with one of his bucket list items.
That's pretty damn sick.
That's fucking awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you've got a full schedule. But
pretty much. I mean, last year it was every weekend I had booked. This year I have some flexibility.
That's cool. You're kind of excited about having some room to breathe?
Yeah, kind of. And honestly, that's due to my shoulder injury. I just got shoulder surgery to tighten my ligaments because my shoulder kept popping at a joint. And it's my dominant arm, my right hand. So it's causing a lot of problems. Got that fixed, but I just got surgery in June, and it's a 6-month recovery is what they're saying. So I can't go back this year. I had to get it approved. Oh my gosh, this story from Monday. I went in Monday to Game and Fish here in New Mexico. Y'all are gonna love this.
Well, hold on. I will tell you, the Green Jeans folks are not a big fan of ours. We try to leave them alone. They try to leave us alone. Not a big fan of ours.
It's like monsters
I'll
in the
put that
dark.
out there.
If you can't see them, they can't see you. They're not even real. They're fine.
Right.
Well, okay. So I went to Game and Fish so that I could fill in my paperwork. I had my doctor's note saying my hunt code, my hunt dates, and like requesting me to use a crossbow because it's illegal to use a crossbow unless you have a temporary or permanent disability in New Mexico. So I went through that process. It was pretty quick. I actually got the approval today. So I sent it in Monday in person versus me doing it by myself. I had one of the game wardens do it, send it in, and CC me. So I think that expedited the process. Got it cleared today. I'm good to use a crossbow. But while I'm standing there filling out the paperwork, this game warden that I had met Friday night at the Granger Smith concert. So he came up to me Friday night at the Granger Smith concert and said, "Hey, Nina," and I was just like, "Hey, that's me." And he was just like,
"Yep, that's me."
And he said, "I'm the game warden that's always commenting on your posts." So I was just like, "Oh yeah, you?
Yeah.
Okay." Well, I had to put a face to a name. No, he's pretty cool though. But Monday, he came up to me while I was filling in that paperwork, and he leans over to me, he goes, in the most weird and awkward way, he says, "So, I have a question for you. And here I am shitting bricks, like, I don't think I did anything wrong, but you're making me feel like I did.
You're good
like
at that.
Wondering, oh God, I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, do you want a bear? And I was like, I mean, yeah. He goes, it's alive. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, we got a bear back here that's been causing problems that we have to neutralize. I was like, oh, just so, do you want it? I was like, yeah, I want it.
Yeah.
I went out back and I watched him take a problem. Mean sow. She's a beautiful black bear, beautiful coat, but she was meaner than hell. And he took her with a little 22, a suppressed 22, literally the back of Game and Fish, just because that was their protocol. And we put that sucker in the back of my truck, and I went to skinning a bear. Last night for dinner, I had bear-ritos.
Oh yeah. That's the way to go right there.
Good. Barbacoa.
So, I'll tell you this much. So I live in Northern Virginia, right? I love Cajun food because that's my heart, right? That's where I'm, my people are from. That's my whole world, right? I told my wife, I was like, hey, I'll cook you some gumbo. I can't find filet powder to save my damn life around this area. Not one place. Anywhere. I have to order it. It'll be here in like 4 days. Oh. Anyway, so this guy decides to give you a bear. You eat the bear.
No, literally Monday all day. I skinned it. I'm going to make a bear rug out of it. Because, like, what? I just bought a bear for $5 off a game warden. And
dude, that's the most random fucking story ever. Oh my God, I love it.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do this thing where I like to keep my friends on their toes.
Obviously. Jesus.
I have this buddy, his name is Chase, and he and his wife and I are all friends, and I got his number during duck season, but like other than that, we've just hung out with mutual friends. I've never had to call him or text him for anything, so this man does not have my number. Monday morning, I give him a call because I'm like, I'm pretty sure this Game and Fish office is right by his house. I give him a call, and he's like doing his whole, this is Chase, this is Nina Rogers, and I'm laughing. And he goes, what's up, man? I was just like, so, I might have a bear in the back of my truck.
Oh my God.
And he's like,
What?
He said, bear season ain't till the 16th. What do you mean? Did you hit it? And I was just like,
all right. No. So that's a true outdoorsman right there. Bear season's not till the 16th.
Yeah. Exactly. And so I was like, nope, didn't hit it. And he goes, you didn't hit it? So how did you get that bear legally? He's like sitting there thinking that I like killed the bear and we're gonna have to hide it together.
Yep. That's a true friend right there.
And so I tell him the story. I was just like, yeah, so can I come over and skin it? And he's just like, yeah, I'll send you the address. It was 5 minutes away. Drove over to his house. Meanwhile, he goes in and tells his wife, he's like, hey, yeah, Nina's coming over to the house, and she has a bear. And he just leaves. His wife's like, what?
What?
So we just taped it out, got the hide off of it, and then quartered it, and all that, and disposed of the carcass, put a pin for the game warden, and sent it to him so that they didn't investigate it, did everything legally.
Aren't you nice?
Good. Yeah, well, I didn't want to, like, they find a dang bear carcass like 2 days before season in New Mexico desert.
I get it. That's nice.
No, I sent that sucker a pin. I was just like, here's the bear. He's like, good, we won't have anybody investigate it that happened. And the only reason I bought it for $5 was because I didn't have $10 in cash and the ATMs were broken. It's just like, I'm really happy you're taking this bear. I didn't want to give it to somebody that wasn't going to use it. I was like, don't worry, buddy. I'll use every part of it.
There you go. Good on you.
That was awesome. What a random Monday. Like, that's not how I thought my Monday was going to go.
So,
and my buddy calls in from work, and he's like, hey, so, I'm skinning a bear. We're going to pick the bear up. My friend brought it over, so I'm not going to be able to come in. And his boss was like, it was a girl, she's like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
I work with a lot of people who don't hunt. And, like, I'll put my out of office and I'll say, hey, I'm out of office, gator hunting. And you would be amazed at how many freaking questions I get. But where I was going with that is, like, my next door neighbor, he comes over and knocks on my door, and I love my next door neighbor. They're amazing people. And he says, hey, I shot a deer. I said, okay. He says, I don't know how to clean it. I said, I got you, man. I don't shoot deer on my property. I don't hunt on my property. Other people do. I put up an entire skinning shed for him to come up and sit. I showed him how to do it. So the point is that I look at that and I was like, good on you. Yeah, have you ever skinned a deer or a bear?
Have I ever skinned a bear? Not till Monday.
Yeah. And you had a friend to go and do it with. So
I did. I literally just called that sucker up and he's like, come on, let's skin this bear. And then he cooked it for us. And it was
there
so
you go.
Good.
That's a real
gosh,
friend.
It was so good. He was great. And then we just shot bows at his parents' house and had all of our friends that hunt come over and we just had some barbacoa burritos.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Oh man, it was so good. It was a good time. I love having friends like that. I know I can count on my hunting friends anytime.
You know, it's amazing you can kind of do that. Like I said, Benny's a good hunting friend. I've got a lot of other good hunting friends, and that's cool that you have that capability there. So good on you.
Absolutely. I was very happy to get him. So random.
Hey, I'm gonna clean a bear. Huh. All right, come on.
Oh my gosh! So his wife doesn't really hunt. We're working on her. We're gonna get her into dove hunting and do that this year. She's interested in it, but she's a news reporter over here, and she just stopped that job to do another job that allows her to have more time. So now she'll get to come hunting with us. But she pulls up to the house, and I'm freaking elbows deep in bear blood, and I turn the corner, and she looks at me. She looks at me and starts freaking out, like, oh my gosh. And this is kind of morbid, but, like, I sent a picture with no context to my friends of me with, like, a Jersey Mike sandwich and, like, in between my legs. I'm sitting on the floor of a garage with the bear in the background. And I just took that picture and I said, lunch views. I just said it with no context. The amount of questions that I got was worth it. It was hilarious. But we have the garage looking like Dahmer's garage over here with bear parts everywhere.
That's the way to go.
The anatomy of a bear, like, once you take the fur off and stuff, it looks pretty human-like. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So to say that the neighbors were a little freaked out in old Albuquerque, New Mexico, is an understatement.
Oh,
That's when someone comes up. What are you guys doing? Oh, I was skinning Bigfoot. What are you guys doing? They'd be like, what?
Oh, hell.
All right. So you're a duck hunter as well, right? We're going to move on. We're going to get past the bear. As much as I have so many questions, but I'm, we're like, kind of scrunched in, but all right. So duck hunting, This is like my wife kind of was like all in when she heard about this with you. And
Yes.
you did, well, you did this duck hunting trip, all girls trip. Tell us a little bit about this. Well, no, tell us a lot about this.
Okay, so I honestly I give my all to advocating for the outdoorsman way of life and to take veterans and little kids and women hunting and get them in the outdoors. And because hunting and fishing are my biggest passions, and I'm doing everything I can for conservation and to introduce these hobbies to new people. I mean, I've been blessed to have so many supporters in my endeavors, but I think hunting's under attack, and I think that more people need to get into it ethically, the right way, and learn how to do it the right way. But every year I try to host a girls duck hunt, and it's usually just a bunch of adult females going and duck hunting. We have camaraderie. I've taken new women hunting ducks, but this year I want to do it a little bit differently. I've taken kids hunting like one-on-one before or like two-on-one before, but this year I was just like, why don't Soggy Bottom Boys Outfitters and came to me and was like, we should definitely do a youth duck hunt. And I was just like, stupid not to. This would be great. Well, I saw this video of this sweet little girl named Emma. She's a little 8-year-old, and her parents had got her some duck hunting bibs. And in the video, her mama says, well, good, you're going to need them Monday. And she starts saying, I get to go duck hunting. And she's so thankful and blessed and starts crying. She's like, thank you so much. And it was just the sweetest dang thing. And so, for her to want it so badly without ever having done it was just amazing. And that duck hunt, she went, and I mean, she didn't even get anything. And she was just so ate up with it. And so I hosted a youth all ladies duck hunt, and I handpicked 5 mentors. Each mentor had a different thing that they brought to the table. Like Elizabeth, rookie hunting, she was a newer hunter, so it was really great to see what things that she didn't know that we needed to help her with and convey it to the children. And she just brought a whole nother thing to the table because she was like, look, I just learned this. This is how I thought about it. It's great. Then we had a girl named Jessica, who's a firearms instructor. So it was really great to have her teach these little girls how to properly handle their firearms. It was great. We got Audrey. She's a freaking duck hunter through and through. This girl named Hallie that came up to me at NWTF one year. She's from Alabama. She was the youngest one of the group, but oh God, I love that girl. She's a little mini me. Hallie is me but younger, and I just adore that. She's a great person. We had an A team of 5 women. I would say, including myself. I'm part of the A team, but
There you go.
To help mentor and take 6 little girls from 8 years old to 16 years old. There's 2 8 years old, a couple 12-year-olds, a 13-year-old, and a 16-year-old, I believe. And all of the older girls got their first ducks. And it was freaking awesome. And they were Drake wood ducks and stuff like that. All their first birds were drakes, which was freaking cool. And we were all so hyped when that happened. One of the girls' mama said, for every duck you kill, you get $5. So she kills her first duck. She calls her mom up in the blind. She goes, you owe me $5.
There you go.
Yeah. And Emma was so well behaved. She was freaking awesome. She got to shoot and stuff. She didn't even get a duck, and she just loved it. And while I was cleaning some birds, she stood there by my side and watched me do it and asked me questions. She was so intrigued. So that little girl's welcome anytime if she wants to come. I just love getting little girls into hunting and fishing.
Well,
and because the reason I do that is because I'm trying to get them out from inside the house playing video games, because studies show that the children involved in the great outdoors are less likely to use drugs or get in trouble. I mean, I've never done a drug in my life. I was just not into that. I was always outside. I didn't have time for that. I was never hanging out with anybody that did that. I was so oblivious to that. When I tell you, I moved to Colorado at the Air Force Academy, and I thought that all the different names for marijuana were different drugs. Like, I did not know anything. I had no clue about drugs. But children who hunt have a great respect for life, and they know the consequences of pulling the trigger and what happens when you have something at the end of the barrel and you squeeze off on that trigger. Unlike the video gamer kid who has no concept of reality when it comes to firearms and their destructive power, because they're just shooting up people in the game and they have no sense of that reality. And so being outside and in nature is healthier than cooping yourself up on a couch and playing video games. And these little hunters learn and develop a lot of valuable life skills such as patience and survival. And honestly, like, I know this might be your motto too, but I would say change your life, take a kid hunting.
There you go. That's it. I can't say enough good about you. That's amazing that you do it. It's amazing that you put the time into it. I'm right there with you. I'll echo that 100 times over. And I'm the way that I am because people took me outdoors, and I was able to learn how to hunt. I was able to learn how to fish. All of that stuff. So I applaud what you're doing wholeheartedly, and if there's something that the Hunting Quest could ever do to help you out with that, we're right there with you. So, thank you so much for that effort. You kind of stole our tagline, but I love it. No, I'm joking. Take a kid outdoors. You'd be amazed at what they can see.
I always leave my social media up to people that have legitimate questions about how to get into the outdoors, and I always lead them to their hunter's education first. Like, I lucked out. I was blessed to be born into the family that I was, that I grew up hunting and fishing. It's second nature. It's all I've ever known. In 7th grade, my school had the hunter safety course for all the 7th graders. We just all did it. And there's a lot of people, I say less fortunate. I think they don't know what they're missing, but there's people that are curious about it or want to get into it or be self-sustaining, and I am here for it. If anybody ever has any questions, they're welcome to my email, my inbox on anything. I will do my best to answer whatever questions people have.
That's awesome. Benny, you got something to say. I can see it.
No, I'm just along for the ride at this point.
No.
I mean, you can't beat the dead horse here. I mean,
no, you can't.
It's I don't know. It's just
you also can't emphasize it enough.
Yeah. It one of the really rewarding things about all of this and the social media and the podcast and all that stuff is this is the way the three of us were raised. These are kind of our core values and things that we believe in, and this is just another platform for us to get those ideals out to the rest of the world and of anyone who's going to sit here and listen to it.
I think I'm closest to God when I'm out in the woods watching his beautiful creation come to life. The silence breaks and the trees start coming awake. The first rabbit scurries across the way. The birds wake up and you just see everything that he created just alive.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. Benny and I were talking about that, and it's unique when you're in a duck blind at 4:00 in the morning, and you just kind of sit down, get your gun loaded up, get ready to go, and then everything goes quiet, and you watch that sunrise come up, and you have an appreciation like no one else. And you're glad that, most of the time I get to hunt with my wife, and I get to look at her and I'm like, man, that's super cool that we get to share this. And if it's not my wife, it's, unfortunately it's Benny. Not nearly as good looking.
Come on.
So,
That's uncalled for.
I mean, it's cool to sit there and say, hey, I get to share this with one person, or I get to share this with multiple people, or enjoy this outdoors aspect. So I'm right there with you.
And then you hear the wing flap.
Yeah, that's it.
For the first.
Oh yeah, when it's still dark and that first greenhead comes in and backpedals at 15 yards. Oh, I need it. It's like a freaking drug,
Oh,
dude.
man.
Swear to God.
Oh, so
Alright.
much fun.
Anyways.
Now that Benny's somewhere else,
Off in the distance, reminiscing.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm gone.
drinking his Coors Banquet.
That's right.
Isn't that what you're drinking, Benny?
It is.
All
I only
right,
got
good
like 2 left.
deal. Ooh, you need to fix that.
I also think that another thing as a hunter that you get to see and learn that people that say they love animals is their behaviors. Like when I'm turkey hunting and I see a deer just trying to pass by, I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. Like
Yep.
a deer get on his hind legs to like chew a dang leaf, or like, I mean, I've seen hen strut or just whatever. I love to admire and watch the animals in front of us. I mean, we limited out North Dakota, and then we could have packed up and left. We just sat there and watched the birds come into us at 10 yards, and then pick up and just keep on circling. It was freaking amazing just watching these animals. I'm in awe. I'm so thankful that I get to hunt these animals.
I can't follow that up. I can't. Man. Well, I think we're getting about close to time. What do you think, Benny?
We're just a little bit over. But
All right, cool. I can honestly say this has been one of the best podcasts I've been a part of. I'm really glad that you took the opportunity to, reach back out to us and come on to the podcast. It's, certainly awesome. We give you a couple of minutes to, finish off the podcast with, things that you think people should know. What you got? And don't
Things
steal my
that I think-
tagline.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that one. Fine. I think I pretty much said everything that I need other than, I think that hunting and fishing and being outdoors gives a lot of people a sense of purpose. Like, in my darkest, deepest times when I've been, like, struggling with any sort of depression or anxiety, as soon as I can get out into the woods and experience that helps me. And honestly, people just take it one step at a time. If you can't take it one step at a time, take it one meal at a time. If you can't do that, one day at a time. Like, you got this. I think I said that backwards, but you get the point.
I do. I do. I've been there.
Just keep on pushing and persevering, y'all. No
That's
matter
it.
what you're going through.
For sure. How do people find you? Not that they really need to. Most everybody knows where you're at, but how do they find you on social media?
I pretty much have just about everything, all the main social media platforms, but it is at Nina Outdoors _. That's where you can find me.
Very cool. So one real quick question before we leave. What's your favorite hunt?
I can't really pinpoint a favorite hunt right now, and I know that's such a cop out. Hang on, I will tell you one of my hunts. I'm trying to think of a hunt that I haven't told on any of my podcasts, because all of my favorite hunts are the ones that I go on with my daddy. Like, anytime that I can hunt with that man, he's my best friend. He's the person that, I mean, he was in the Army for 21 years, so I'd say he trained me versus raised me.
There you go.
But he and I are tight, and I wish that we could hunt more often. He will be coming on my pronghorn hunt this year, so I'm really excited. I won't say any more because Dad will probably listen to this. But honestly, I think the hunt that got me hooked is my favorite hunt. It was my first hunting weekend ever, but I went on a deer hunt with my daddy for youth weekend, and I'm using my 243. That was my first rifle. I think I was about 8 or 9 years old, and it was so cold the first day. It was snowy. I was taking all of his clothes except for the sleeping bag, because if I wore the sleeping bag, I couldn't move and shoot an animal. And then he was miserable. He's over there shaking like a leaf, and he's trying to convince me to leave. I'm like, no, Daddy, no, I can't kill a deer if I'm not out here. So he somehow convinced me to go back to the truck and eat lunch and defrost, and we didn't see anything that day except for some deer tracks. And the next day, we went hunting again. Didn't see a thing until the evening, and we saw this beautiful red fox coming down this hill from one wood line, and it was going to go to another wood line, and then the chicken coops were right there past that. So it was on its way to try to take some chickens. And I said, Daddy, what's that? And he goes, that's a fox. And, little 9-year-old me is like, can I shoot it? And he was just like, well, fox is in season. And he goes, if you want to. I'm just like, okay. So I'm like trying to follow this fox, and it's on the prowl, like head down, just like going really fast, about 78 yards, just on a line, heading towards the woods. And I'm following it with my rifle, and my maximum effective range at that age was 150 yards. We set up apples at different ranges to make sure, and I was nicking apples at 150. So I wasn't going to take anything past that, but I especially was not going to take an unethical moving shot. So I was like, Daddy, I can't get it. So without any communication between Dad and me, he goes, meep, meep, meep. It stops, looks up at us, and boom, smoked it. I said, did I hit it? And he goes, you smoked it. And I was so excited, and I was just shaking. Oh my gosh, it was just, that day was what, I had some other things that got me intrigued and interested in hunting, but that day I was hooked for life, and I just wanted to do it all the time.
Well, I'd love to have your dad on this podcast at some point.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I mean, hey, the man's an Army veteran. We have a lot to talk about. It would put 4
Yeah.
veterans on one page. I like that. I like that a lot.
I think it'd be a blast.
That would be
Yeah.
so fun. He would enjoy that. He would really appreciate that.
Well, you extend the offer to him, and we'll set it up. All right.
I will.
Cool.
Absolutely.
He sounds like a good man.
Oh, he's the best man.
There you go. I don't know whoever you're gonna marry or whoever you're gonna date, but boy, that individual has got some serious ground to make up, and it's gonna be tough.
Those shoes are impossible to fill. I'm that girl where it's like, if a guy can't do, I'm like, well, my daddy can. My daddy can. My daddy can
Yep.
do this. Well, he can do that. My dad would have had it done.
Yep.
Oh God.
Setting those bars way up here. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Good on you.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah. Good on you. It's good parenting.
Absolutely.
All right, Benny. We're about that time, aren't we?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Any closing statements from anybody here? Any alibis, as they like to say?
I got no alibi.
I think that if I keep talking, we'll go on till the next day.
I'm good with that. The podcast isn't, but I'm good with that.
We'll get you back on again.
For sure.
That'll be fun.
So down. Thank you so much again for your time. Super appreciate it. Anytime you want to come back on, just let us know. Always welcome. Let's try to get something scheduled with your dad, though. I think that'd be a freaking blast. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right on. Mikey, you got anything else?
I'm good. Take a kid out hunting and fishing. If you don't, you're missing out.
There it is. He got his tagline in.
I'm
right.
glad. Do you feel better?
I do. I feel so much better. I didn't get upstaged by Nina Rogers on my own podcast.
Wait, Nina, say it again real quick.
You're welcome. I'm glad I'm glad I could grace you with my presence.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
All right.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.